What is up? Welcome back to the Daily Spread. I'm Chris Ross, the host. I've been told I need to work on my intros, get them a little better. So I'll definitely work on that. This is the Daily Spread. It is Monday the 13th. So at least it's not Friday the 13th, but it is a Monday, so that kind of sucks. Do you guys like Monday? I don't think anybody likes Monday. I am going to tweet this out now that we are live. And that takes just a second. Sorry, we don't have a big production studio. We don't have people behind the camera. It's just me, my cell phone, a mic, and the show. We will grow into that hopefully one day, but today is not that day. So here we go. Let me copy this. Put that there. While I'm doing this, guys, if you like it, share it. Send it out. You know, that definitely helps us. We love that. So hit that like button. Follow us on Facebook. We'll be doing different things, giveaways and stuff like that. But if you follow us on Facebook, then we'll be able to contact you and do those things. So a lot of those promotions will be tied to following us on Facebook. So definitely do that. Okay, lots talked about today. Baylor Mayfield, that video came out. Lots of Big 12 teams in the NCAA Tournament. You know, TCU makes the NIT, so it's, you know, good for the Horned Frogs. Tom Herman with some motivational tactics at Texas, which are pretty interesting. Actually, I kind of like them. And TCU landed a big 4-star recruit over the weekend, and maybe we can start talking about the Texas A&M rivalry. Lots to get to today. It's going to be it may be one of our longer shows. We try to keep this to about 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe, but there is a lot to talk about. So, again, I'm Chris Ross. This is the Daily Spread. Hit that like button, hit that share button. This is our second week of doing this, so the more you guys help us out with that, the better it is for everybody. We can kind of help grow this show, and it can be kind of what we think it can be. Okay, to jump right into today's news, Selection Sunday. Yesterday, we got 6 teams into the Big 12. Congratulations to Kansas. They got the 1 seed. They're in the Midwest region. Lots of Big 12 teams in the Midwest region, 3 of them. So that's always that's going to be a little bit tough for, you know, if they weed each other out there. Baylor is a 3 seed in the East region. They will play New Mexico State Friday morning. West Virginia, a 4 seed. They play a 13 seed, but Bucknell in the West region there, and Iowa State a 5 seed in the Midwest region. Oklahoma State a 10 seed in the Midwest region. Iowa State will play Nevada on Thursday evening. Oklahoma State plays Michigan. That's on Friday morning, so you have to, you know, that's kind of early game, kind of watch that one at work. And then Kansas State, they're gonna play off. They're one of the last 4 teams in, so they're playing for the 11 seed, and they face Wake Forest on Wednesday evening. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. We'll have all of that linked. We'll have all the games linked on the Daily Spread here on the website. So definitely go there, and you can follow each game and when tip times are and that kind of thing. TCU, they're in the NIT. You know, they're a 4 seed. That's pretty good. Now, we don't really focus on basketball a lot, but we are Big 12, and you know, we focus on football, but we'll talk about basketball, you know, big games and stuff like that right now. Definitely take place. We're going to do a tournament challenge this year, so that's kind of cool. We already have that's live. You can go ahead and get your bracket filled out for that. We're going through the NCAA website there in their bracket challenge. But we have our page. That'll be on the page. Definitely join us. Follow us on Facebook, because we are going to give away a t-shirt for that. T-shirt of your choice. Any of our t-shirts, if you like them. You know, even if you wanted to hold on to that prize for a little bit, we'll have more t-shirts coming, that kind of thing. So that would be really cool. The only stipulation is you have to follow us on Facebook, because that's how we're going to contact you to you know, kind of work out how to get you your prize. So definitely join our bracket challenge. That's going to be a lot of fun. I know several of the writers are in it. I'm in it, so you can kind of compete against us and see how well you do, or how well we do. You know, probably suck here. You know, we'll see. Sometimes, you know, I don't know. I don't do too bad. All right, so in the past I haven't. You know, watch this year, I get freaking destroyed. But not more destroyed than Baker Mayfield when he got tackled by Fayetteville PD. Did you guys like that segue? That was good, right? All right. Wow. If you watch the video, and we'll have that. We have that live on the website right now on the front page. He gets just destroyed into a concrete retaining wall. Hits his ribs, kind of slaps his face down when he gets tackled. Brady. If you guys are watching, Brady comments, it's pretty funny. Okay. But Baker Mayfield, I mean, how are his ribs not just like caved in? How is he still alive? I tweeted this out. I think a lesser man would have been killed. A lesser man would have definitely been injured. You know, it kind of says a lot. I mean, thankfully he was he's in good shape. He's a Division I athlete, and maybe being a little intoxicated kind of helped. He didn't kind of brace for that impact, so that kind of helped him absorb it. But man, if you watch that video, it's just that could have been really, really bad. I mean, definitely everybody's lucky to walk away from that with just some embarrassment, and that's about it. But Baker Mayfield was trying to keep the peace. He's breaking up a fight, and then he just kind of got a little belligerent. And college kids, everybody kind of screws up, so it's not the end of the world there for OU or Mayfield, but kind of now kind of funny if we can. Now we know everybody's okay. It's kind of safe to laugh at because he got lit up pretty good. Probably hardest hit he'll take all year because, I mean, if you consider, like, I honestly believe that because, every other hit he's going to take, he's going to be in pads. And that was violent on its own. He wasn't wearing pads. That's pretty bad. Tom Herman at Texas. We're going to move on here. He has a motivational tactic I really like. He has apparently split the players into 3 groups. I think Brady might have talked a little bit about this on Friday. The gold group, I think it's the green group, and then the crimson group. And basically, if you're in the gold group, you get feast, you get off campus, you can live off campus privileges, you get better equipment. If you're in the crimson group, it's pretty much the exact opposite. You get burnt hot dogs, you get white bread, I guess you can't live off campus, and you get shitty equipment. So don't want to be in the crimson group for them, but I think that's great. And I think that, with Texas, they get a lot of players that they've been favored or pampered their whole lives. Since they've had a talent for football, they've been kind of brought up, and they're highly recruited. Everybody's kind of kissing their ass, and no one tells them no. So it's kind of good to end that entitlement, to say that you're going to have to, if you want to be on this field, you have to earn it. And that's, I really like that out of Tom Herman, and we'll see. I mean, hopefully that pays off on the field. Not Mac Brown, but Charlie Strong kind of went that enforcement route. We're going to change the culture here. We're going to do things the right way, and he just didn't get enough time to turn that program around. Thankfully, it looks like that Tom Herman will have a much better base. And they got about 31 players in that gold group. When this story came out last week, it might be more or less now. But they expect that number to grow as they get towards the season here. So, yes. Charlie Strong, he didn't win, and that's the problem. But the talent is there. Daniel said, didn't Charlie Strong do that and still not win? Yes, essentially, no, he did not win, and he did come in and try to enforce a better program. No one's going to get by on entitlement. Just because you can play doesn't mean you will play. You have to earn it. And, it ultimately cost him his job, but like I said, Tom Herman's going to have a much better base because when Charlie Strong came in, he cleaned out. I lost track of all the players now, but, he cut like half the roster. Obviously, Herman's not going to have to do that. So, and he's got better freshmen, younger talent, sophomores, that kind of thing that will come in and try to have a better impact than what Charlie Strong inherited from Mac Brown. Because Mac Brown, great coach, but at the end, Texas was in a mess. Next, speaking of Texas, they have elected a new student body president and vice president. And typically, on a sports blog, that's not going to make any news. I mean, schools have student body presidents. Who cares? It's cool. It's congrats to them, and it's a big part of the university. But as far as sports go, not really that big of a factor. However, they want to push, the new president and the vice president, they want to push bringing back the A&M rivalry, and that's amazing. Who knows if anything will ever come from it, but the fact that there's kind of voices on campus, kind of leadership on campus, kind of pushing for the rivalry to return, that would be amazing. I mean, it has to be on both ends, and A&M puts up a lot of bravado that they're not afraid of Texas, they're not afraid of anybody, but then again, they duck everybody and their mom in the Big 12 in the postseason. So we'll find out for sure. I mean, hopefully something can come of this, but it's kind of interesting. We'll have that there in the links just to read that they'd like to see that come back, and it probably doesn't mean much at the end of the day, but would be a lot of fun. Some recruiting news over the weekend. West Virginia is going to host some big time recruits this week as they get spring practice underway. The Charleston Gazette, they have like some 4-star, so 3-star guys. The reason that's news is West Virginia has not done well in recruiting. They did not do well last year in recruiting. Their class right now it's really early, so no one really knows, but they definitely have to pick up some better talent this year. They have to make, if they're going to have sustained success and challenge for the Big 12 title, like they have been, they have to get in some better talent, and they're going to have to be able to compete recruiting-wise. We know that. You can get lucky with some 3- and 2-star guys, but sustained success comes from bringing in some 4-star guys, some higher end of the 3-star, a 5-star if you're lucky. If you're not OU and you're Texas, you get lucky, you can land a 5-star. But you have to make some waves on the recruiting, in the recruiting arena for you to have sustained success, and that's something that Holgorsen is going to have to prove. TCU actually landed a 4-star guy over the weekend. That's really great. What was he here? We have this on the front page. Let me, I don't have this loaded right up front. I want to say it was a safety. I believe it was a safety. I need to pull up his name so I can butcher it here on live Facebook. And it is, I am going to butcher it. Antanza Vongor, I hope I pronounced that right. He is a safety, 4-star safety out of Texas, and so it's an in-state guy. So far, early in the recruiting cycle, the Texas schools are doing a great job of landing some in-state people and kind of protecting their home turf. Hopefully, that cycle or that pattern kind of keeps going as we get in the recruiting cycle, because last year we had a thing that the Big 12 did not protect Texas very well, and the Big 12 has to do a better job of that. So definitely a big get there for the TCU. Speaking of the Horned Frogs, segue into the next thing here. Football Study Hall, if you guys haven't paid attention, they're a really cool site that they kind of get down into the mechanics of football, and they'll have, if you like the X's and O's, they have some good stuff around that. They have an article up right now, we'll have it linked to it, that they're kind of comparing here, let me pull it up. Okay. They're kind of comparing the spread option and the two different worlds and how the spread option is evolving. And what's really cool is they're following 2 different high school teams out of the state of Texas, and 2 different quarterbacks specifically, and how they use how each school uses the zone option and how they fare and the things they do different. What's really cool about that is one quarterback is going to TCU, the other is going to Baylor. So you look at how these quarterbacks could bring in, how the spread option could evolve in the Big 12, how they could play each other. It's a really cool X's and O's piece. They have, kind of some game tape where you can kind of get into it, and that's really cool. Definitely check that out. We'll include that there. And then last news of the day. This isn't too bad, 15 minutes. The last news of the day here. Baylor, another scandal. Thankfully, this one's like 13 years old, but seriously, the Showtime has the documentary of Dave Bliss, the basketball coach, in the murder of player Patrick Denny, and it's just incredible that what's coming out about it. Definitely, we have the article linked. I don't want to get into it too much because honestly I'm just sick and tired of talking about scandals and Baylor, and that's not what we signed up for on a sports site here. We don't like talking about these heavy kind of issues. You know, we're not here to talk about murder or sexual assault. These are mind-blowing issues at a university. Like, these are not the issues we should be talking about, you know, like paying players under the table or recruiting violations or cheating at different schemes or that kind of thing. We're not here to talk about murder and sexual assault. That's insane. Baylor, get your shit together. It's not that hard. You know, now this is old. I want to make that clear, but it's just that this documentary comes out while Baylor is dealing with just a massive sexual assault scandal. Is, you know, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look for the conference. It's not a good look for Baylor, obviously. But they deserve all of this attention. If all this happened under their watch, then they deserve this attention. And you know, Dave Bliss, he's obviously not a very good dude. We switch off every show. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, reading some of the comments there. Definitely comment. If you guys are here watching, definitely comment, interact. We love that. We're here to chat. We're here to talk football. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Follow us on Facebook. It is a huge help to helping us grow. This is our second week for the show, but the blog is in its our third year now. We just had our second birthday, you know, last week. So definitely, you know, it just helps us grow. We're trying to bring you more content, but as we grow, we'll be able to do that. As we grow, we'll be able to bring you more content, better content, and that's just a big goal for us in 2017 is to try to flush out different content areas, you know, focus on recruiting, audio-visual content, you know, consistent content on the site itself, and kind of develop the Facebook and the Twitter and just kind of interact with you guys. We want to bring all the fans kind of in, and we want to like be able to make it like a community that we can chat with you guys, and you guys can chat with us, ask us questions, and that kind of thing, and just kind of talk some football because that's what we're here for. That's what's fun. That's what kind of we love football, so that's kind of having fun is what got us into writing about it. And so we kind of want to get back to that having fun with it. So definitely be a part of that. Help us be a part of that. Join our bracket challenge. Definitely. I mean, you can win a t-shirt, which is really cool. We have more t-shirts coming out. We have a few out right now. You get to pick which one you want. But join our bracket challenge. Get it in there. The link is right there. It's going to be on the article as soon as this goes up. We already have it on Twitter, on Facebook. You know, you can kind of join. Definitely. I'm Chris Ross. This is the Daily Spread, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.